when you pretend that you're in the middle of a conversation, like we definitely just are right now, then no one realizes, and it feels like it's a smooth transition into the podcast. And hi, everyone. How are we all doing? Hoping incredibly well. Welcome back to Leeds 101 after a 2-week period, which was ridiculous. Last week, we ended up putting it back, and I was like, that's a shame, because we won't be able to talk about the Sunderland match, because the Sunderland match was really, really good. And then we put it to this week, and I was like, oh man, if we lose to Sheffield United, this is going to make things quite difficult and quite awkward. We didn't lose. My head.
Did you go into that game? Did you go into it thinking we were going to lose?
It was one where I was less confident because they were second in the league. And I was like, if we lose to these, it's not a problem. And then we started losing to these, and I was like, it's okay. Do you know what happened in the match?
Other than the own goal?
Oh, we're going to do some highlights.
This is the thing. I didn't even know that match was happening because you didn't tell me until after the match.
I know, I forgot.
Normally you tell me ahead of time.
I'm sorry.
So I was a little hurt. I was like, man, he forgot about me. How am I supposed to watch these games? There's no way. I can't watch them any other way. And you're trying to make me a big fan, man. Anyways, that's my little mini lecture because I felt very heartbroken. I missed a good game, apparently.
The next one's Saturday lunchtime, if that helps.
Saturday's going to be a crap day with work, man. I think I'm doing like 5 events. I don't even know.
Saturday's going to be a bad day with work, is it? Saturday's going to be bad. I've got the Thailand MotoGP. Do you know the time I need to wake up for that?
At like 4?
Oh, it's about 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, because you have to start earlier than the actual thing. Are you excited, though?
I don't know.
I feel like you're excited. I like doing those. If you ever don't want to do them, I'll do them.
No, I'm having this one. I'm having this one mainly because we've planned some super secret fun things that I like. This is just a chat about nothing. We've got Michael and Baby Zebra and Mark in the chat and I could just talk about the great GFX and fan zone integrations that we've got coming in MotoGP and Formula One, but no one else is going to care outside of us.
True. I got a little distracted there.
That's fair enough. I also got distracted because I'm very excited by these ideas. But we have had 2 matches since we last did a thing. So we're going to talk about the Sunderland match first.
Okay.
I'm going to try and find the goal that I'm looking for. So we're doing okay-ish early on. Sorry, I have a very, very important email that I needed to reply to. Anyway.
This is just a chaotic chat today, guys.
It is. It's chaotic. Wild. But going into the match relatively early. And it begins.
Isidore willing to make those runs as ever up against Ampadu here. He's able to shrug him off and finish. Well, he is.
Not good.
And in form with a priceless goal at Ellen Road. And there'll be celebrations.
So that's a start.
Man. So we don't like red, obviously.
Evidently, red hates us. Yeah. The fun part is the other team that we played as well, also playing red and white stripes.
Interesting.
But that's a start. That's a beginning, and then we keep on going. This is in the second half now. 1-0 down. We're still desperately fighting.
Right from the kickoff, and it's Roberts. He's made an inroad here, Trehu.
So we're in a bit of danger.
He just needs to go across the goal to the keeper.
Not good.
Oh man. Yeah. My heart is kind of going right now. I feel like I'm there.
Tenacious stuff. This is solid. Tanaka with room to take aim. The Leeds fans were briefly.
Did it hit the post?
No, he just missed.
Okay. Sad.
With nothing, Peary will hit it.
Oh my god.
So we've got them under siege a little bit here.
Yeah. I feel it. Okay, you could feel that. You knew that was coming.
A little bit. There was a bit of a feeling, a bit of a vibe. So it was 1-0 in the 90th minute.
Struck in the mix, it was Byram who got the initial touch. It'll fall to Ramazani. Still alive here. Rothwell.
Oh my God.
Oh!
Wow. Absolute scenes, man. Oh my God, I can't even imagine being there. Like
So
being
that's
physically at Ellen Road. That would be incredible to be there for that. Oh,
it would, and I couldn't, and it makes me so sad. But that was the
That's
match
okay.
against Sunderland, and the Sunderland
Yeah.
match we looked at like this was wild. I don't understand how this happened.
I'm watching obviously highlights of it and I feel it. So I can't imagine what it would have been like to be there. Oof.
Oh yes,
Were you watching that live? Oh,
in Discord, but it's
yeah. Crazy. Okay, that was fun. Is this one going to top it? We'll see.
We'll find out. This happened exactly a week later.
And that is the target. Melier was struggling, and somehow Leeds have got away with it.
It's Griev off the line. That is an extraordinary clearance. The keeper makes a right mess of it.
Wow.
Yes, Brereton Diaz on the outside if he needs it.
So
there's a ready
international. Who
spooky.
bends that ball in, and the header's off the bar from O'Hare. And is it forced in as Melier tries to get to it? It is in.
Oh no.
Oh, that's the
a
wrong
kick
one.
to the gut, man. Big kick.
So 1-0 down.
Yeah.
Going well.
It's the cop end of
And
Bramall
they
Lane.
didn't slow down for a while. They kept the pressure on.
Dropped invitingly for Sousa. Melier.
Time and time again. And we missed some silly chances. Like that one.
There's Bogle.
How do you know where to go to get to where you need to be?
James.
It's guessing, I'll be honest.
Oh, you're doing a good job.
Closing in.
Oh.
1-1.
He made sure that was his. He made
Let's
sure
go.
he got to that. And Leeds United are
Wow.
refusing to accept.
How many headers do we have on this season?
I've got no idea, but
That's
more than
incredible.
I thought.
We should look up that stat because I think it's really fun when they score with their head.
Rockwell, Manor Solomon, Firpo's on the outside. It's Junior Firpo. Cooper gets down to it. And away by Burrows.
Fabulous game though. Challenges flying in.
Yeah,
Blocks.
this is great.
Both teams going for the win. Brilliant.
Wow.
There's Nonto. 3 against 3, 4 against 3 now in Leeds' favour. Joel Piru. It's Piru and Cooper blocks it again. It's a breathless Bramall Lane right now.
Some slick football for Leeds.
Lots
to
of
get Piru
pressure.
in possession.
Yeah, I feel it.
Nonto again.
Nonto doing Nonto things in a moment.
Unable to find any room to try and get a shot away. Nonto does, and Cooper gets to it. He had to stretch with everything.
Well,
Wow.
saves like this are why Chris Wilder invested in a
So he just
top-class
tipped it.
goalkeeper.
Some of these goalkeepers stand on their
Tries to
heads.
get to it, and it's headed in.
Not there though. Let's go. So that's 2 headers right there.
It's deja vu from Leeds
Another 2.
United. It's out.
So 2-1. And it's 2 weeks in a row that we've beaten teams 2-1.
Time again.
Yeah.
Beaten teams that are within 3 places of us in the table 2-1.
Good
Which is
teams.
why...
Top of the crop there. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Which is why it was especially spooky. And then 30 seconds later...
Oh my God.
Here come Leeds again. Now it's Joel Piru. Wow. Stop that. And no one is stopping Leeds United.
Oh my God. I saw that clip on social media. No one is stopping Leeds United. I wanted to run through a wall. I was like, this is incredible. They beat the second team. Like, it's huge. I think that was a huge statement win. I don't know about you guys, but like, I didn't get to see the highlights, but I felt them when you showed, or like, because yeah, I never think to even go and look at the highlights. I think this is fun to do it on air. Don't you think? Because then their reaction is fun. Are you allowed to show the videos?
True. That's where it's a question. Because if I play short enough bits of highlights, I might get away with it. If I don't, that's where the problems happen. So we'll find out if it's a thing.
Will
that
it tell you
consistently
after the
happens or
fact?
not. Yes, it will tell me in a few hours' time. I will find out. Which means that like it's hard to like judge on the go. But that's been our last 2 weeks, and the fun part is we were talking about the football teams that we supported in the work group chat at the time, and I think you can track my mental state as we go through it. So we'd had
Oh
a little
my
bit of a
God.
conversation around Leeds not being a very likeable club, to which we go a goal down, and
Yeah,
I say,
saw that.
agreed. I hate this stupid club
Oh.
because I've had enough stress.
Yeah, fair.
Leeds score another goal, and my immediate response is, I love this stupid club. Ha 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 ha. Which
I saw that.
it was so nice. And it's in such a good spot right now. And yeah, so how are you feeling on the choice of club that you have decided to land with in the championship?
Can I tell you something fun? So after our meeting and everything that we had last night, my husband's friend from Scotland is here right now, and he's a big Celtic supporter. Like you can imagine the type, you know what I mean? Really awesome guy. But he was telling me how the Niners might be purchasing the Rangers. I don't know if you heard about this. Okay. And they're obviously the rival of the Celtics. So he was like, I don't know if I could support the Niners anymore if they buy the Rangers. And I'm like, I'm not going to support the Rangers. He's like, I see that you support Leeds, though. That's really cool. He's like, Leeds are a good team. So he knew about that. And I thought that was cool.
He knew that you supported Leeds?
Yeah. He sees the stuff that I do. He has me on like Instagram and stuff. Whenever
nice.
I share anything or Twitter or whatever, like he'll go and check it out. And he's like, that's cool that you follow Leeds. Leeds is a good team. He's like, I don't care if you follow them. That's fine. You just can't follow that other one, the Rangers. I'm like, I don't know. Like, don't worry. We're good.
Don't be a Rangers fan if you have Celtic fan friends. That's a conversation that I am not Scottish or religious enough to get into. And I also don't care that much about the monarchy. So I'm not going to get into that argument because that's one of those where like the club that you support is deeply ingrained in your politics. And it's like, I'm not touching this one. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Yeah, no, he sometimes get going on things, and I'm like, let's just talk about sports, man. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, let's keep it on the football rather than the Irish reunification question.
Yeah,
but that seems to keep popping up when you talk the Glasgow Derby. LUFC Minnesota, man, I love this team. Same, but at the same time, against West Brom, can we just have a nice, safe 2 or 3-0 win that doesn't make my insides hurt? That's all I want to happen. I just
what place are they in right now? Because that kind of gives us a picture. Although we've beat the teams that are at the top too, so there shouldn't be any feeling in there. This is just the momentum's going. We're gonna win out on the season, and then boom, we're up. That's it.
That's the thing. It's one of those spots where I am like absolutely certain this is the thing, though, isn't it? Because a 1-0 win isn't simple. Because if we go 1-0 up early on, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is we're going to lose this lead. We're going to lose this lead if we don't score a goal. And every time they come towards our end of the pitch, we'll be like, this is it. This is where they score against us.
I think I'm comfortable with like a 2-point lead or 2-score lead. You know what I mean? Because like 1 score is too dodgy. I know what you mean. But at least 2, I feel good.
A nice
3 would be the best. Yeah.
Oh, I'd say 7 would be the best. 8 might be the best. We can do 7.
For NFL, for Niners, I always want them to be ahead by like 3 touchdowns, and then I feel good because it's just anything can happen with 1 touchdown. 2, they let that slip sometimes too. So 3, I feel comfortable.
To be fair, not anything can happen. Haha. Up yours, Patrick Mahomes. Anyway. Mark would take a 4-goal mauling. We score early and we go from there. And Matt says we should be up. But if anyone loves to destroy stats and trends, it's Leeds United. Yeah, we do kind of do that. But there's a fun little note that I wanted to address because I've had to have Illan Meslier conversations again after the own goal. But I've got a running theory, right?
Okay.
And my running theory is Illan Meslier is an expert goalkeeper. And he wouldn't do a silly mistake like that for no reason because that would be daft, right? What if he was looking down at Sheffield United in the table? This isn't even tinfoil. You don't wear the tinfoil hat if it's real.
I know. I trust you.
Illan Meslier was looking at poor Hamface and thinking, you know what? We might have to be kind here. We might have to be nice. We might have to give them something to be happy about. What if giving the goal to Sheffield United wasn't a mistake? It was deliberate. It was an act of charity. Maybe he's a really, really good guy. And just Sheffield United are a little charity organisation. We bought Jayden Bogle from them, so we'll give them a goal back. Like, as an act of charity, an act of kindness. There we go. I mean, I think that's the only theory that makes sense, right? Like, he wouldn't.
I think so. You've persuaded me a little bit.
Yeah, you wouldn't make a stupid mistake like that, would you?
No, of course not.
No. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll, and I'm going to ask the people in the chat, did he do it on purpose to be nice? And I think that the chat is going to agree with me.
I think so too.
It might take me a minute or so to type things because I am very distractible right now. So, Crystal, take over.
Okay, what do you guys want to talk about, chat? Let's bring up some comments here. I don't know if we brought this one up yet. A 4-goal mauling. No. We score early and go on from there. We do 4 goals. Okay. Yes, good with that. We should be up, but if anyone loves to destroy stats and trends, it's Leeds United. Oh, we did do this one already too. Yeah, Matt. I don't know. This is kind of, I had that same negative vibe feeling about the Niners after the season that happened, but quickly I decided to talk myself out of that negativity because I'm like, no, you know what? When it does happen, it's going to feel so good. And yes, sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but things got to kind of fall into place. And like you go through all that pain and whatever, and then it's going to feel amazing when that pain is gone. And the supportive ones that have been there, man, it's going to feel great because we never left. We've always been here.
That's true.
These other guys are going to come back and be like, oh, I knew it all along. But it's like, no, you didn't.
No, you
doubt
went
us. I like when
elsewhere.
people doubt us.
Yeah. By the way, dearest chat, I know that we like to be friends here. We like to be buddy with one another. For the 3 of you that have voted no, he did a silly, you're not welcome here anymore. It was very clearly an act of charity. He was being nice.
Can you see who it is?
I can't see who. That's the thing. That's the thing. The
sad.
little spy is
call
under the
them out.
radar. I would, but I can't. It's a shame. This is a very, very good point as well. Your boy Dan James has been playing absolutely excellently the past few weeks. He's been ridiculously quick. Against Sunderland, we realised that they were playing a fairly high line, so we just sort of said, Dan, run. And he run, and he get the ball, and it all goes well. It's going really well. I love the way that he's just like, he's a dog that you throw a frisbee for, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm going. And he's just wonderful. Love the guy.
But he's also a dog. You know what I mean? He's got that dog in him. Even though he's a cute little puppy dog, he's got that dog in him. Have you heard that saying before?
I've heard the saying. I've never heard it applied to Dan James.
I think he's got that dog in him. It might be like a little chihuahua, but it's fine. No, not a chihuahua. He's a golden retriever.
I think he's too small for a golden retriever.
Yeah, okay, like a mini one, though. The way that he acts, maybe he's like...
I'm going to go with greyhound puppy.
Oh.
So real small, but the fastest of the small. You know?
Yeah,
like a small greyhound. That might work.
Still dog.
Still dog, yeah. Well, no, sorry. Not still dog, still dog. But he's still... Dan James, our special favourite dog.
Please do that again.
Dan James, our special favourite canine. We basically started to give teams a 1-goal start just to make it a challenge. Exactly, this is it. This is why we're doing is it a charity thing? Because if it's happened against Sunderland and it's happened against Sheffield United, it's a trend. It's a pretty dang big trend. And I think we just got to keep on rolling with it. Like,
yeah.
If it works, it works. If we have to keep kicking the ball in the back of our own net because other teams won't do it, we will. And we will win anyway.
We just don't want to show our complete dominance. We're trying to
we're trying to keep it under the radar just so no one realizes.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen on the last day of the season is we're going to go, actually we were really good all along. We just win 9-0 or something stupid like that. That'd be wonderful.
We gave you guys pity points.
LUFC Minnesota has said miniature Doberman, which is a combination that I have never particularly thought of existing. If it's Doberman the one I think Dobermans are massive, aren't they?
Yeah, but there's a miniature version of it. Or miniature pincers. I know one of my friends had one of those. Pinchers? Is that what it is?
Oh my god, miniature Dobermans do exist.
Yeah, they're little feisty guys.
Cute though.
Like, I think that is a very good comparison for a dog. Got that dog in him.
There he is. There's our Dan James.
Oh,
what a tiny, tiny boy. Oh.
But a good boy.
And this is a good point as well from Matt. The smallest dogs do have the biggest fight. And I think if anyone's feeling especially fighty, it's probably Dan James. Just because that's what he does, you know? Dobermans were used by the Germans in World War II. I think if we get into a list of things used by the Germans in World War II, we'll get into conversations that cannot be had. So I'm going to vastly swing clear of that one before we get into the Geneva Convention. Michael says, Daniel, back on the touchline now. This is another big thing as well that you might not have known. Our manager wasn't allowed to be on the touchline during the Sheffield United match. He was banned because he got a yellow card for celebrating the winner against Sunderland too hard.
How hard did he celebrate?
Not
you
even
have a video of this? Was he going bananas?
Not even especially wild. He just sort of he ran on the pitch a bit. He fell over. He then left the pitch, and he got a yellow card. And
that's not fair.
He's
that's
just having a nice time, man. He's fallen over. Leave him be.
Do they have video footage of this? I'd love to see it.
I will try to find it, but at the same time,
you know what? If you're going to get banned for anything, that's kind of a badass reason. I think because you're showing how much you care.
It's also a reason that says, look, we've actually won this game. I can get banned because we did well. You can't do that because you're miserable. Yeah. And I think it's a good little balance.
Is it a taunting thing?
No, I don't think it was a taunting thing. I think he was just having fun and he fell over.
But no, they actually give them yellow cards for over celebrating. But what's the reasoning behind it? They think that they're taunting the other team.
They don't often do that, but it was more because he entered the field of play. So whilst on a technical level, fine, but whilst on a sort of vibes level, enjoy it a bit less.
Okay.
I believe this should show it. Daniel Farker here.
Okay.
Is who we're going to be keeping our eye on.
Oh my God, everybody ran out there. This is incredible. You'd think that they won the championship the way that they celebrated. That's actually pretty sick.
And I'd just like to note something as well. Because this guy here is the referee's assistant. He's the fourth official. So it's his job to make sure that people are behaving on the touchline. This is obviously the linesman. So if he has anything to report, he will tell this man.
Okay.
Before we score, he looks directly at Daniel Farker.
He does, I know.
And the first thing that he seems to be doing is, if you do anything, I'm going to be such a dick about it.
Oh, no. This is premeditated.
And wait for it. He looks back again. The moment a good thing has happened. What joy can I kill today?
Yeah. Oh,
sees the celebrations. Where's he gone? Right to him. Let's have a word. Wonder if I can get him a yellow card. Prick. Grow up. Have fun. Knobhead. I've got no nice things to say about referees' assistants. I just don't. You can't
I'm
say
actually shocked that he has the authority to do what he did.
He's got, I think, the equivalent level of authority to the referee and any of the assistant referees, but it's just sort of his job is the admin side of stuff. So did his admin thing and decided, you know what? I think you don't get to be in the dugout for Sheffield United. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we did it anyway. Ha!
Yeah. So what happens when, where does he go and watch from? I don't know how this works. I don't think this ever happens in the NFL.
So it depends a bit based on the specific stadium that's in use. So, for example, when we were at Elland Road, it would be either the gantry or the press box, depending on where he wanted to go.
Oh my God. And does he have a line of communication with anyone?
Yes, he's got a little radio thing that he's able to just have a little bit of a chat with, which is, I think, there's not the hugest of drawbacks with that because, like, it's fine. And on this, rules are rules, otherwise it would be lawless. Maybe, sure, but at the same time, football is a sport about emotion and fun. And if you get a moment like that is just ridiculous, is genuinely insane, is something that happens really, really rarely, and you've got 37,000 people full of joy around you, you kind of go, might let this one slide.
Yeah.
Because you'll notice at the same time, Andy, there were approximately, if I were to guess, 15 to 20 Leeds United players and staff members that found their way onto the pitch. How many yellow cards did the referee give out?
Just one.
One.
Yeah.
So if rules are rules, everyone gets booked. If rules are rules, then Labrie gets booked earlier on because he's walked out of his technical area. In this case, rules are only rules when a fourth official wants it to be a rule. And in this specific case, it feels like it's sort of been vindictively applied rather than, oh, I've got an actual reason for doing this. Great. Like, it feels more like he was actually looking for the excuse to do something as opposed to what is the right thing. If that makes sense. I think that makes sense.
That makes sense. Are there some crooked refs in this league? Like, would they do stuff on purpose?
I wouldn't say crooked. I would say, what's a kind way of putting this that isn't just the word shit? There's a reason that they're not refereeing the top tier of football, and even the top tier of football's referees are bad. So that's the sort of level that we're working with a lot of the time. Yes, he's called David Coote. David Coote is a different case. David Coote, have you heard the tale of David Coote?
No.
Oh, I'm
want to.
I'm going to read his Wikipedia. No one in the chat do spoilers. Nobody. Because
you know what? I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. Hide current comments. Okay.
Cool.
Oops.
Because I'm going to read through his Wikipedia article.
There, I'm not looking at comments.
The Wikipedia article specifically saying video incident and suspension. On the 11th of November 2024, Coote was suspended by PGMOL, which is like the referee board, after video footage emerged in which he made derogatory comments about Liverpool and described Jurgen Klopp as an arrogant German C-word.
Oh my God.
According to The Guardian, the video appears to date from the 2021 season. In that season, he was the video assistant referee for the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, a game which saw Everton goalkeeper go unpunished for a horror tackle on Virgil van Dijk, resulting in a season-ending injury. I will show you that tackle now.
Interesting.
Pickford, Van Dijk, foul. And see if you also agree that this should have gone completely unpunished, as Coote thought. This wasn't, to be completely clear, the only thing about David Coote, but it's the first one that's super relevant.
Okay.
And so we'll go to here. Watch
more for this man.
Oh yes. Watch the goalkeeper and watch Van Dijk.
It's nasty, isn't it?
What?
Was that Daniel?
No, David Coote is the VAR guy.
David. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So he would be the person with the power to deal with this incredible challenge that I'm going to slow down for us on this.
Oh my God.
Well, and the keeper's going, isn't he?
Let's keep in mind that even if you're offside, you can be sent off for endangering an opponent, which clearly I would probably say that's what this is. And he has been outspoken about not liking Liverpool. And when a Liverpool player gets fouled and there's not a red card to the person that commits the foul.
Okay.
Having watched the footage of the tackle, a little bit, Coote did not call for any action on Pickford, instead focusing on a marginal offside in the build-up. On the video, Coote initially claimed that the video wasn't real. However, he later admitted it was genuine. On the 13th of November...
He claimed the video wasn't real? Oh my God, this guy.
On the 13th of November, 2 days later, another video emerged, allegedly showing Coote snorting white powder during Euro 2024, leading to Coote being suspended by UEFA. Interestingly, David Coote was one of the officials that was assigned to do matches in Euro 2024, which would be bad.
Yep.
There's more.
Guy's a loose cannon.
There's more.
Oh no.
The Football Association was also investigating Coote for possible match fixing. Allegedly, Coote had pre-arranged to hand out a yellow card during the championship match between Leeds United and West Brom in October 2019 in order to benefit a friend through betting.
No.
Coote
How is
denied
this guy still working? I'm sorry.
We'll get there.
God.
Coote denied any wrongdoing. On the 9th of December, the investigation concluded and Coote was sacked with immediate effect.
Oh.
So, whilst he was shifted out, he was shifted out after 5 years of things that we know of, which was it's a weird one. Also, another weird one. David Coote is the son of David Coote, which is like
nepotism.
Just give someone else. The other David Coote being a cricketer, I believe. And this is a good point as well. Alioski, in that match where we mentioned the thing about the yellow card, was one of our players and was booked for an absolutely nothing tackle, not a yellow card. But that's where that came from, which is nice. Inept is a very kind way of putting it. And Leeds Lately, who I've just done a video with, if anyone fancies hopping over there and giving it a watch, where I pick my Dream 11 of Leeds players. That I think is just a bunch of good takes in an hour and 19 minutes. A lot of people might disagree. Apparently, the referee needed to give a card because of the pitch invasion of the players, manager, and staff. According to Sky, they were told that Farker, the boss of all these people, had to take it. Which, fine, but at the same time, you've got to be a different level of miserable, right? You got to just have a bit of fun. You don't want to. You don't want to be giving out yellow cards, but if you want to choose to, then it's just annoying, upsetting. I want to see if David Coote did in fact referee any of the matches in the Euros, which will take me a moment to find out. 1 second.
This guy, I can't believe he just was able to get away with all that for so long. When did the gambling thing happen? How he fixed the game? That's when he should have been done. That was way later.
2019, so that was 5 years before everything else.
That alone should have made him fired.
It should have. Yeah.
I don't know how they kept letting him in.
It was only discovered at the same time as all of the other leaks happened, which was not great. But
yeah.
I don't think Coote actually refereed the matches. I think what happened was he was the VAR official on them. Okay. So I'm going to have to try and find it, and it might take a while to find. But it's fine. Either way, it doesn't matter. Fine. It's all good. It's fine. I bet Coote got invited to all the parties. That's the thing. Who's inviting him to these parties anyway, where he's getting pissed and snorting white substances, as Wikipedia put it? Who's a fun guy? I think we invite the guy that's a football referee. He's a whale of a time.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Do you know what his choice of job is? What? Why?
Yeah, I feel like people only invite him to things for a certain reason. It's because they also like the white stuff and all the party that comes with him. Maybe he's just like the party guy, and everybody goes to him for that. I don't know.
I don't know if he's a dude to be the party guy. I did think throughout the entirety of the time he looked very much like a Wallace and Gromit character.
Oh,
because he had the sunken in eyes.
Yeah,
there was nothing.
Okay, I picture exactly what he looks like.
I will show you what he looks like, and you will see
How
him.
How old was he while he was doing all these shenanigans? That's actually interesting to know.
He's currently 42.
And when did all this happen?
4 or 5 years ago, so it'd be late 30s.
Okay. You should be grown up by then, man. Oof.
You should be, but at the same time, he is the kind of guy that looked like this. So I can...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wallace and Gromit. He looked exactly like that.
Why is his mouth so wide? Why you gotta look that way, man? I know it's genetics and it's not his choice, but like, you get paid enough. You can
fix some things.
You look like you should be
We're
an
body
investment
positive
banker.
over here, man. Yeah,
we are,
this
but
man.
at the same time, he's a prick.
Yeah, and sometimes it means get your body looking good, But
yeah,
he wants to be that. He's a
make
cartoon
your body
character, man.
more positive.
Yeah,
would be my recommendation. That's how you do body positivity. You get your body and then you add. My analyst of Melier, he's a sloth, doesn't have lightning reactions. Attribute. Okay.
He's a sloth.
Okay. What we're gonna do?
I actually really like sloths. Okay, they got personality. Yes,
we're gonna
go
slow,
but it's fine.
To the own goal, right? And we're gonna watch it in slow motion. And I've got a point to prove because
Andy, what have you done?
I need to prove this point. I have to. There is no choice. So, present. Share screen. Dude looks like he's had a hard life at 42. He does a little bit, yeah. So, ball comes in. We're going to frame by frame this because I need to prove my point. Callum O'Hare is entirely unmarked. That's mistake number 1. I think him being entirely unmarked, not Ilan Melier's fault. Gets a header on goal, which is heading in. Watch the trajectory of this ball. And watch the fact that right here, Melier gets his hand to it. A very quick reaction save, consider that he's had half a second to get up to it. Tips it onto the bar, and is the sole reason that does not go in. And you follow it through. This guy, hilariously, misses the header. Has a go, hits the post. You're a striker, do better.
Yeah.
But at this point, Melier, who has just gotten up half a second ago, is at the point where he's just trying to get his arm around the ball. So he's sort of, I've got to stand up to do this. He's sort of reaching back to try and get behind it and push it out. But obviously, he's unable to get enough swing on it. So it hits the wrong bit of hand and it trickles in.
Oh.
None of this, in which, for a little bit of context, this is also in slow motion.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna up the speed of this to 2 times, so we can actually see how quickly this happened and how quickly he had to react to the problems. Which should be about here. This is still a little bit slow motion as well. This is still
Ooh.
But come on.
Oh,
if he did make that as a double save, then that is absolutely ridiculous. But
that would be incredible. Yeah.
Because he's human. So when it comes to saying he's a sloth and he doesn't have the reactions, he does. What he doesn't have is superpowers. And that, I think, is the difference. And that is why I think we have to view this as the only reality it could possibly be, in that it was an act of charity. And he just gave him the goal and was like, cool, that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah. Okay, you keep yapping right now. I got to get my charger. My computer's about to die.
Very good call. I'm going to keep on yapping because we love a yap. If you've not voted in the poll, by the way, it'd be massively appreciated if you could do that. We're currently vibing at 18 votes, with 56% of you thinking he did a silly, 44% of you thinking that it was charity for them. I'm landing firmly on the side of charity. And as this is my YouTube channel and we are not a democracy, this is simply a guiding poll rather than one that will set any sort of channel policy for the ongoing future. Unless things swing in my direction, in which case it is all of a sudden a democratic channel once again. I don't think those fingertips made a difference. Andy, the term fingertip save exists for a reason. It's not fingertip, put it in the back of his own net. Fingertip save. Them's the words. It's a known phrase. We can't just. It's okay. It's fine. You can accept that he made a save, and even if you think that his fingertips didn't make a difference, he still had the reaction to get there. So your point of he doesn't have any reactions is also gone. So there we go. Bish, bash, and bosh. And whilst I'm doing some pluggy things, if you've not yet liked the stream, go ahead and do that. It's a nice time. It's a good vibe.
Give it a like.
We got 7 likes so far. We got 32 of you in here. It's one button. It's shit. Where is it? It's over here somewhere. I think you need to point down with your left hand. It's that one. Yeah. There we go. And yeah, that'd be absolutely wonderful. Thank you. And subscribe if you've not yet. But I'm going to take us over to a little bit of a questions corner, but I'm going to direct questions corner in Crystal's general direction right now. So have you got any questions about what's happened in the last few weeks? What's going on with the
guys
world
are making
of
me sweat here. What are we going to talk about? Or am I asking a question?
Oh, yeah. I asked if you have any questions about absolutely anything that's gone on recently.
I mean, there's a lot of things that have gone on. Tell me something good. Like, what's been a really good thing that's happened to you in the last couple weeks?
Both of the games of football that we watched the highlights of.
Yeah, okay.
You were here.
Outside of football.
Outside of football?
In the real life. You said real life things, so here we are.
Real life things also works. The big project with work, the really, really big one that's happening in a few months' time.
Yes.
Got some good direction going on that one right now, which is very nice.
It's a good feeling.
In terms of the non-work big thing that is going on as well, that's also got some pretty nice progress going on it, and we'll be ready to have a little bit of conversation about that going forwards.
Yay.
Which should be very nice. We can't discuss that right now because super secret things. But the way that I will put it is, if there is anyone in the chat right now that either runs a business or knows someone who runs a business, get in touch if you want to sponsor a thing that I'm working on. That'd be absolutely wonderful. But I will swear you to secrecy until everything is announced. But that's the good vibes recently. How about on your end?
Man, okay, I'll say it. Like, I know we always somehow talk about work, but like yesterday I had to do my presentation. I feel like now that I've done that,
right, it was good stuff.
I have such a weight off my shoulders. I like was thinking about it every day. Every day I was like, oh my God. And as soon as I started talking, I was totally fine. I feel like that happens. And doing this kind of stuff like helped me, I think, a lot with getting it, being able to be comfortable and getting on there and like saying all the things I wanted to say, because sometimes you can kind of fake it a bit, but like, I'm like, no, I'm going to go into this like totally myself. And like, I'm not going to lie. I was like almost going to cry when everyone was turning their cameras on and had their jerseys. And I thought that was so sweet to support me. So that was a really good thing that happened. And I just feel really good about that. Yeah.
I got a little thing on that because I had popped up to the meeting like camera on with my Leeds away kit on, and I was like, cool, I'm being supportive. And a little bit of me was absolutely petrified when everyone else in the call didn't have their camera on. And I was like, is it just me that's done the thing? Because if it's just me that's done the thing, it's not good. But
no, it was awesome that you did. Even if it was just you, it's like just one person to support is really nice. So I was pumped to see all the other dudes like wearing their stuff. But yeah, no, it felt really good. And I appreciate that you did that because, like, I don't know, it made me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I don't look like such an idiot myself. Like, I love that guy asked about the eye black.
When you said the stuff about it keeps the light out of your eyes, I was like, that can't be a thing,
no,
right? Because light doesn't reflect from here up. So that's not going to get in your eyes.
No, but it's like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's to deflect the sun. Like when they play in really, because like the black takes in the light and then it doesn't bother them. I don't know.
Okay,
I should look it up. Maybe I'm making something up. Do you guys know what the eye black actually does, or is it just a look? Is it just what players do for a look?
But if it was so effective, why are NFL players not simply wearing blackface all the time? That's the question that I've got. It's not a suggestion for NFL players. It's not a suggestion at all. That would be a bad thing.
I just think you need a little bit, like the amount that I had. That does enough. I promise. What does eye black do for NFL players? Let's see what it says here.
I think the answer is just look cool.
Reduce glare and improve contrast sensitivity. There you go. So I was right.
Okay, fair enough.
I know it sounded stupid, but I promise you, I remember hearing that they do this. And like, I did it when I went to a Niners game in Levi Stadium, or at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So it's sunny there all the time. We were sitting in an area that the sun was coming, and I'm not joking. It deflected off of it. Like, it didn't hurt my eyes as much. It was like I was wearing sunglasses, but I wasn't. That's the way that I'll put it.
Maybe that's why I've never seen it, because we never see the sun at Leeds matches.
There you go. There's not a lot of sun on that side. Yeah.
No. It's not even a case of not a lot. There's just none. On this question from Wayne, any truth surrounding the 49ers takeover of Rangers? I'm not getting into that one right now, purely because I am planning on doing a video on it either this afternoon or evening or tomorrow morning. I'll record it today. It'll go up tomorrow. If you're a channel member, oh boy, if you're a channel member, and all the channel members know this, like Wayne and LUFC Minnesota, if you're a channel member, you'll get to see it as soon as I've recorded it, as soon as I've uploaded it, and then I'll schedule it for 7 a.m. tomorrow, and everyone else will be like, "Oh, look at this brand new update!" And you know what you'll be able to do? You'll be able to do, haha, I saw this 10 hours ago. There you go. You can feel smug. So be a channel member. It's a good time. I run a burglary business. Thank you. I run a burglary business, if that's any help. It depends on how well you launder the money. I have a question for Joe. Did you get any free goalkeeping? Joe. Thank you. Did you get any free goalkeeping gloves from the One Glove Company yet? I haven't yet. If One Glove fancy getting in touch with me and getting, they're on the other side of the room. 1 second.
He's got to get ones that are not plug-in. Like these ones are Bluetooth. I can move around anywhere.
I can't hear a word anymore. Sorry.
I know. I'm just yapping. It's fine.
Okay. If anyone fancies,
I told a secret while you were gone.
No, you wouldn't.
You'll have to watch it back.
But yeah, if anyone fancies a set of goalkeeping gloves, I can recommend these, or I would recommend these if One Glove wanted to give me a free set of gloves, or sponsor the channel, or sponsor the event that I've got happening at some point. The big stream is planned. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I imagine nobody is watching this, but please, I'm asking you so nicely. Let's have a look at any other questions.
That would be lit, wouldn't it?
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Just having a quick coffee at work. How are you all doing?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. That'll do.
Yeah. Those Leeds highlights from both games the past 2 weeks, they got me hyped. So I feel really good. Like nothing can break me today.
Until we lose 1-0 against West Brom at the weekend.
Okay, no, don't put those vibes out.
No. I've seen the son at a Leeds match he plays for Spurs. I am so mad that you made that pun and I didn't think of that pun. I'm infuriated. I'll be completely honest with you. I wish I thought of this pun. To be clear,
I don't get it.
Son, or Heung-min's son, is a Spurs player. So he has seen the sun at Elland Road.
Oh, that's great.
That's made me so grumpy. That's made me mad. And I also seem to have members of the chat offering to email One Glove on my behalf, which is nice.
That's so nice.
If you like, you could also give them my email address. It's on my YouTube profile. I think, I'm just going to put it in the chat because also it's a public email. And if anyone fancies to do sponsor things on various things that I can't talk about right now, just over that email address. It's a good time. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. It's lovely. It's a vibe. I'm so tired.
I'm not. I feel good. I had a coffee. I feel great.
That's the thing. Because
you don't have coffee. I know.
No, it's because the blooming ADHD coffee doesn't work on people with ADHD thing, which it's infuriating. It makes me so mad.
Oh.
I just want coffee to work sometimes, because then I'd be so much more awake. But alas,
there are other things, like if you have a glass of water, it's supposed to help. They say
it's
Coca-Cola. Sometimes I have a little Coca-Cola that helps.
But the reason that Coca-Cola helps is the caffeine.
I know. Oh, you can't have that, right?
And
Okay.
it's like I can have caffeine. It just has like the direct opposite event
Right.
effect, which means that like, congrats, I tried to wake up. You're now more sleepy.
Oh, that's so weird.
It's not fun.
Is there anything that does the effect that you need it to? Have you found anything that helps?
ADHD medication.
Okay.
The fun
Fair.
thing with ADHD medication is when you tell people what it is, they're often like, why is that something that is prescribed to people?
Oh.
But yeah, it's very, very small doses of meth, basically.
Oh my God. What? And you have to take this?
As like a controlled, like it's like safe and everything, but as like a sort of very, very
That's
small
wild.
doses to make sure that it's not like addictive and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Fun fact, in some places in the US, they stop giving out prescriptions for ADHD medication because they worry that people will become addicted.
You're right. Yeah,
because technically it's like a form of meth. Joe Blackburn, powered by meth. If meth wants to reach out and sponsor me, go ahead.
They have the money for sure.
Absolutely. But like absolutely anybody that knows someone with ADHD is like, they're not getting addicted to ADHD medication. Do you know why? Because they keep forgetting to take their meds.
Okay.
And that's where the problem comes in. Because you can try, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
On what Danny said.
You gotta remember sometimes, man. You gotta take care of yourself.
I do remember at this point, but there was a point like a while back where it's like I still have to consciously remind myself, and it's how can someone sponsor you not knowing what they are sponsoring in the first place? It will be announced at some point soon. I don't know specifically which point yet. I'm working on it. But
that's a fair question, though.
It is a very fair question, but just know that it is a very, very, very big thing. And I've got someone to be a very good example of knowing that when it comes to putting stuff together for sponsors, I'm quite good at it when it comes to live events and broadcasts. Crystal, is this what I do?
Yeah, like this is you.
It's just my thing.
Yeah.
So if there we go, I've got some verification as well. There we go. Question: is Crystal back home now or still in Canada?
Oh, I'm back in Italy. I've been back in Italy for a while. I think since mid-January I got back.
Yeah, I think since the first like stream we did back, I think was probably it.
Then I was back.
There we go.
I had brought my camera there to do it from there, and then like family got familying, so I was like, you know what, it's fine. We'll have a lot to catch up on.
That's the thing. Family do familying, and you just it's all good. And it was good to have like that nice little break, so you can just like, break it up a little bit. How was your time on Joe's live? I read a comment you weren't given much time. This is a weird one, right? Because a lot of people are like, Joe, you're really quiet on the other Joe streams. That's because I'm an introvert. That's because a lot of the time I'll be having a conversation with someone and I'll be like, cool, I have a thing to say, but I don't want to cut anyone else off from what they're saying. So I just sort of sit there. Like, if a gap pops up, I'll wander on in. If it doesn't, then it's fine. I'm having a good time anyway. I really like hopping over to Joe Wayman's channel, having a nice vibe over there. If he asks me back, it'll be a great time again. And yeah, it's not a case of I wasn't given much time. It's a case of I didn't want to take much time because it's just a nice hangout. And if I want to poke in with some words, I'll poke in with some words. Then we've got a big old bit of ADHD chat. If I give beta blockers to anyone with ADHD, obviously not. I have ADHD myself, and the sleep pattern is awful. It absolutely is, especially recently. What the fuck, Joe? Here they're looking for extra on the next Breaking Bad. Stepdaughter has ADHD or the mental bees. Yeah, brain bees are great fun.
Brain bees?
Yeah, it's the way that I've sometimes phrased it is not that your brain is one thing that is pushing in the same direction. It's that it's just a wasp's nest, and every individual wasp is its own thought, and whichever one's hit the edge of the nest most recently is the thought that you're having at that time. So you just jump from idea to idea to idea to idea to idea.
Okay. I didn't realize it was a term. That's crazy. Brain bees. It's kind of
Oh,
cute
it's a
term.
made-up term, but it's a term that I'm going with. My son has ADHD. It's cool now to have it. No, it's not. It's a pain in the dick. But it is not cool. It is irritating. I have fat finger syndrome, apparently. I've got excessively skinny finger syndrome. Fun fact. You can tell what temperature it is by a thing that my body does. Because when it's warmer, my fingers are a little bit wider. When it's colder, my fingers are a little bit thinner, which means that depending on how much I can move my wedding ring, you can see just what the temperature is.
That's pretty cool.
Which is
you're your own thermometer.
There we go. It would be great if it didn't mean that it's like fallen off 4 times when it's been really cold.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's crazy that it has that much of a difference. Wow.
This is a wild misspelling. I'm guessing this is meant to be Crystal. Have you recently changed your hair color?
I mean, when I went back home, my girlfriend, who's one of my best friends, she's a hairdresser. She did my hair for me when I went back. So like, I don't know if you saw the last stream me and Joe did. I think I had it then. So I've had it for a while. I went all dark. It was kind of ready before, but yeah, we're dark. Dark side, baby.
It's to emulate the fact that the 49ers are just not winning anything ever. It's your sad phase. That's what we're going with. Yeah.
Exactly. My emo self.
You always seem.
Fun fact, I used to be very emo when I was in high school.
I think everyone had the phase though, right?
Yeah, like Fall Out Boy and like Taking Back Sunday. I was like into all these like very dark, mysterious bands. It was great. And I used to dress and, act like that. It was great.
Joe's quiet because he's always looking up stats to put people in their place. This is happening sometimes. A lot of the times I'm looking up stats to make my own soul feel good about what's been going on. Hair Dye Morning, absolutely get it. Avril Lavigne, still great bands, and My Chemical
Romance.
I
loved Avril. I saw her live too. Went to a lot of concerts. Okay, I gotta go grab my daughter. I'm gonna come back, so you keep yapping.
All good. And I will continue to yap. There's a dog. There's a dog in the background. Since when was there a dog?
Okay, let's see what Mama's doing.
I'm so happy there was a pup.
Hi, Rexy. Oof.
Excuse you. No. You cannot hide a dog for an hour and then not give the dog belly rubs when we can see the dog. Hello.
Dog is here.
There we go.
Sam's all here. Why is this so out of focus? Hello.
He'll get there. It's fine. He'll find you. Eventually.
She was very grumpy looking, so I had to go get her. I was watching her. I had the little crib app. Do you see this?
I do not.
No, it's too bright.
It's just a white screen, but it's all good.
So it's like a monitor that monitors her thing, and I could see she was starting to lose it.
Very fair.
What are you doing? Cool. What are you doing? Anyways, she had to make an appearance at some point.
I had to. I'm going to go through a couple more questions in Questions Corner. Sorry, I thought I had a call. I'm waiting for a call from the doctors, and they've just not done it. Yeah, it's going really well. We're going to go through the remaining questions in the chat, and then we're going to call in a few minutes after that. So, by the way, Joe, I thought you did a brilliant job for Joe when he was away. Good on you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a good time. And if Joe needs anyone else to do anything like that again, I'm happy to. I really enjoyed it. Can't beat rock and metal bands for true music. I think all forms of music are valid, and I'm not going to go excluding anyone for their tastes. And that's the safest way of playing it. Joe, do you have cats? I have one cat. Her name is Iris, and she is a nightmare, but an adorable nightmare, so it's all good. When we win the title and have a party in town, is Crystal coming over?
Yeah, we discussed this. Yeah, I'll probably miss the parade, but that's fine.
The prediction for the match that is going to be the one to be at is looking like it'll be the Bristol City match at home. That feels like the one that's going to be the trophy lifty one. Gonna be tough to get tickets for. but it's worth a try. I think that's the important part. Crystal
Fun.
and her mini-me.
Yep, little one.
Indeed.
She's so confused what's going on right now. What's Mama doing? Oh,
Something. Did you see Rick's the Kaiser Chiefs on Sky Sports checking Leeds? I did not. And finally, before we get to our last little moment, Crystal and Meth podcast.
oh
Wonderful.
my God.
So
I've heard that a lot. I used to get called Crystal Meth at one of my jobs, like Safeway, when I was a little service clerk. One of my bosses nicknamed me that, and I was like, I don't think that's appropriate. Like,
I don't think that's a thing for my boss to call me. Yeah, maybe that's not the one.
Really weird.
So we're going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on it, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm going to return to a thing that we did in the past. I'm going to end the poll that we have up and running now, in which apparently 60% of people think he did a silly. 40% think it was for charity. But there was a thing that I used to do on my videos. I don't know if you know about this. But I would ask people to comment one word underneath. I'm going to hand that duty over to you right now. What word would you like people to comment / pop in the chat?
What word do we want today? Let's go with charity.
Because we've been so kind to Chris Wilder.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. And we should all take that same feeling forwards, and we should all put goals in the back of our net and just be charitable. So pop that in the chat, in the comments if you fancy. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Absolutely wonderful time on my end, and I hope on Crystal's end.
Oh, it was the best. I was laughing the whole time. I love it.
Like if you've not yet, subscribe as well or become a channel member. That's always absolutely wonderful. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later. Toodaloo. Oh God, Dr. Cox has emailed one glove.
What a sentence.